What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Hope everyone had a good weekend, having a good week. It's been 2 weeks, actually. Sure some of you are wondering why I didn't go live last week. Well, that was because I hadn't seen Spider-Man yet, and I didn't want to get spoiled in the chat, even though there's not a lot of chat that goes on in here. But I just felt it would be weird going on a live and people saying, "How have you not seen Spider-Man yet?" and all that stuff. But so I wanted to wait until I actually saw the movie. But I went to go see it on my birthday, so that was really fun. So that's going to be the main topic of this stream. So before I even say anything, I am going to put the warning, the spoiler warning banner on. So if you haven't seen it yet, don't want to get spoiled, then I highly suggest you click off. But this movie was absolutely amazing. It truly was just such a fun experience going to the theater and seeing it. Opens up with that dialogue that Peter has in the trailer of him writing that letter for, MJ, saying like, "You don't remember me. That's because something bad was going to happen, and to stop it, I had to make everyone forget who I am and stuff." And him saying that Peter Parker's heart may be broken, but he has the responsibility as Spider-Man, and it's very true. And the opening was very good of that song playing and him catching criminals and all that, just doing the street level stuff that we've been waiting to see for a while now. But the cinematography in this movie was absolutely amazing. Just felt real, like you were there, like him web slinging in the air. Couple of shots, like that shot with him in the air with a criminal, which pays homage to that comic of way back when he's like on the front cover with Scorpion. So that's a very good shot. So the cinematography was very good. But the opening is very good. He's established as superhero of New York. And I do like that he has a good relationship with the police, which is, very good. Where he's like working with the police captain or chief or whatever she is. So I do like that aspect. The Punisher scenes were hilarious. I thought the Punisher was really funny in this movie, and I'm glad they didn't tone him down too much. Like he does, swear occasionally throughout this movie, but I actually like what they did with Punisher for the most part. But I like him and Peter bickering. That was funny. But you have the attack on damage control. So Peter wants to do it his way, but Punisher wants to do it his way. So he's just like, "Dude, go home." So, we see, the whole mind control thing of who jumping from person to person to person to person. So it was a very intense scene. It was very weird when Peter opened the tank and it was just an innocent old lady in there. He's like, huh? But the person just jumping from person to person, and they got to figure out who it is. Um, and then we see one of my least favorite characters in Marvel right now, Yelena, who is the new Black Widow, I guess. But yeah, so they have the little conversation or whatever. So then, after that, we see some scenes with Peter and Ned and MJ, and they obviously don't know who he is. But you know, after that, we start seeing the whole spider mutation thing, whatever it's called, of like his organic webbing and stuff like that, and like him passed out and stuff, and you got some funny scenes there. Which finally see Michael Mando as Scorpion, which we haven't seen in 9 years, and they really didn't do that much with him. I thought he was going to play a bigger part in this movie, but he was only in it for like 10, 15 minutes the most, which I do like the scenes that he's in. I just was hoping for a little bit more. But Michael Mando, aka Nacho from Better Call Saul, I thought he did a great job as Scorpion. Loved the suit that he had, and just did a great job. And then we see him get affected by mind control, and Peter's like mutation thing, arachnid DNA thing take over, and you like smash him into a police car and it flips it over and the person almost died, and he snaps out of it, and he feels guilty about it. So like he has to figure out what's going on. So he goes to Bruce Banner. Goes to Bruce Banner, and he goes to him for help and stuff. So gives him info on spiders and stuff like that. So maybe you can figure out what's going on with them. He has to, get MJ away from the mind control person. And of course, like, I think like an hour into the movie, it gets revealed that it's Sadie Sink's Jean Grey. So we finally know who she's playing. And she does like the most like messed up, evil thing ever, where she hops into MJ's mind and she acts like she remembers Peter, and they kiss, and then she reveals that it's Jean in her mind, and that was just evil. Like, that was just cruel. Like, what? So then he saves her, brings her to punish her, and then he has to figure out where she is. So he works with damage control, which he actually makes that inhibitor that Bruce has to stop him from hulking out, which she manages to get to the Hulk. So he hulks out, and it's probably the best we've seen Hulk since Age of Ultron, to be honest. Because I don't think it was that good in Ragnarok, and he gets beaten by Thanos in Infinity War, and then that's really it. And I'm not even going to bring up the She-Hulk atrocity, but yeah, this is definitely the best we've seen out of Hulk since Age of Ultron. So you get some awesome fight scenes, and Punisher gets involved. Which the dialogue, like I said earlier, between Peter and Frank Castle is hilarious. But but he tries to help Spider-Man against Hulk, and then he goes after Jean, and then she gets to his mind, and she starts using him against those people, which she's just trying to find her sister. But then Peter's able to get Hulk to calm down, and he manages to put the inhibitor on Jean so she can't use her powers. So she gets captured. And then MJ finds the letter, and she confronts Peter about it. And, it's a really sad scene where Peter's like laying out his heart, and she says, "I'm sorry, but I don't love you. I don't remember you. I don't know who you are." And, that's true. And it's very sad. But, then we get this complete plot twist that the head of damage control is actually the bad guy. And Jean isn't. And I like that we get this flashback of her and her sister just talking in a park. Then her sister goes to get ice cream, then she gets attacked by damage control, and then Jean tries to save her sister, but she's like, "I'm sorry, I have to keep you safe." So then she jumps in her mind and stops her from doing anything, and has her avoid the whole situation. And then she finds out that her sister was killed, and now she's more powerful than ever. And then Peter has to talk her down, and she's like, which before that we get this awesome scene of Spider-Man taking off his inhibitor and fighting the Hand, which they're from Daredevil, so that was really awesome. Really good fight scene. But he tries to stop her. He's like, "This won't bring her back," and she's like, "I'm more powerful now. Don't be so sure I can't get into your mind." And he's like, "Go ahead." So he lets her in, and I like that they have Aunt May talking to her. I thought that was really cool, and it's exactly what needed to happen. And they just calm down and talk. And she's like, "I have no one." He's like, "You have me," even after she did something really cruel to him. And then we see Punisher try to shoot her, and then Peter takes that bullet for her, and she's like panicking and stuff, so she stays in his mind to keep him alive. And she ends up leaving, and then Punisher's there for him, and like the whole city is there for Spider-Man. So I love that. So like she goes off like on a bus, which she'll be back in X-Men, which that's supposed to come out in 2028. Pretty good ending, but it concludes with Peter doing the handshake with Ned, and then Ned, that's all it took for Ned to remember Peter. But amazing movie, great fight scenes, great storytelling. The acting was phenomenal. Sadie Sink was phenomenal in this movie. Tom Holland might be the best actor for Spider-Man. But yeah, definitely on my top 4 for live action Spider-Man movies. It's really tough. I don't know if I should put this behind or ahead of No Way Home, because No Way Home is so good as well. But you can argue this is the best Spider-Man movie. Really, you can make that argument if you want to. But yeah, great movie. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend you see it in the theater because it's just such a great experience. but I'll get caught up on the chat. Yeah, I agree. It was really good. Sup, Dragonfire. Swinging scenes was really good in this movie. Yeah, I agree. Punisher was the funniest character. Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man, Punisher dynamic's great. I love to see Tom Holland Spider-Man and Charlie Cox Daredevil working together. That'd be pretty cool. Spider-Man fighting the Hand is my favorite part of this movie. Yeah, that was a great fight scene. Brand New Day's top 3 was Spider-Man 1 and 2. Interesting. But yeah, I'll probably give it like a 9.2, 9.3 maybe. Spider-Man versus Hand is the best fight of the movie. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But we'll get to the get caught up on the film news. Give it the same rating. Nice. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on because, I haven't seen it in 2 weeks or haven't done it in 2 weeks. Reasonable ranking. Definitely top 4, my opinion. Now, you gotta take Tomatoes with a grain of salt because they've had some pretty good rankings, but opens up to 93 on Rotten Tomatoes. Too high, too low, but it is the highest rated live action Spider-Man movie ever. Disney has met with Macaulay Culkin on making another Home Alone movie. They want to revive the franchise with original actors. Just leave it alone, man. Spider-Man Brand New Day is now the highest rated MCU Spider-Man movie ever. That doesn't surprise me. It's tracking to earn over 800 million on opening weekend. Yeah, some moron last year said that Supergirl was going to make more money than this. I'm like, get the hell out of here. David Johnson will reportedly appear as Black Panther in Avengers Secret Wars. This will be the first time he plays the character on screen. And then Black Panther 3 won't be out until 2028. An animated Venom movie is now in the works. I'm a big Venom fan. He's my favorite Spider-Man villain. Tom Hardy likely won't return to voice the character. I don't think it's necessary for him to voice the character. Oh boy. James Gunn says the DCU Batman actor still hasn't been cast yet. I think the main reason is that he wants Pattinson as his Batman. I think that's a big reason. The Brave and the Bold still has no release date. This movie is not happening. I can already tell. I have a feeling this movie is going to get canceled at some point. Tom Holland says he hated the original script for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Sony wanted the film to be another multiverse story, not a street level one. See, I hate that. Like, I'm not a fan of the whole multiverse crap. Just street level stuff. Just keep it simple. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were set to return. Multiple symbiotes were in the story. Oh boy. Catherine Newton says Marvel will make Ant-Man 4 if fan demand is high. Well, it's probably not going to be very high because apparently Ant-Man 3 was absolutely atrocious from what I've heard. I've never watched it, but Spider-Man Brand New Day is now the highest rated MCU movie by audiences. Yeah, I would trust more of what the audience rating instead of, what critics are saying. Because movies are for the audience. Damn, 98 for both No Way Home and Brand New Day and Shang-Chi. Didn't know people like Shang-Chi that much. Tom Holland says the original plan was to merge the MCU with the Sony Spider-Verse. There were plans for Spider-Man to fight the Sinister Six. Oh boy. Marvel and Sony want Tom Holland to continue playing Spider-Man forever. I mean, yeah, because he's really good at it, but there were reportedly already early plans for Spider-Man 5. I don't even know how to say that name, but it says he no longer wants to play Blade. Yeah, there was supposed to be a Blade movie for a while now, and it just never prioritized it. So it's, ended up canceling it. So, Samara Weaving has officially been cast as Emma Frost in Marvel's X-Men film. I'm going to keep it a buck. I have no idea who this is. But sure she'll, be a good casting. I don't know. Spider-Man Brand New Day had the biggest opening in cinema history. Film has made $75 million in domestic previews, beating Avengers Endgame. There are 70 cent. Okay, I don't care about freaking Polymarket odds. I'm not a betting man. So Barbie 2 is now officially in the works. I remember back in 2022, cinema was crazy because you had Oppenheimer and Barbie on the same weekend. Daniel, I'm not even going to try and say that name. I don't know how to say it. Will reportedly return as, however you say that, in Black Panther 3, December 15th, 2028. Hope it's good. Ryan Gosling will reportedly appear as Ghost Rider in Secret Wars. So I guess that will be his first appearance as Ghost Rider in the MCU. I'm glad they're finally doing something with the character. Brand New Day had the biggest domestic opening of all time, 168 million. Vin Diesel says Fast and Furious 11 has the best script he has ever read. Just milking the franchise dry, I guess. Brand New Day made back 390% of its $225 million budget in just 48 hours. I mean, it is Spider-Man. What do they expect? 875 million worldwide. One of the biggest opening weekends in cinema history. Toy Story 5 is now the most successful film in the franchise. And that's the only one I haven't seen. I just recently saw 4. 4 is not bad. It's not great either, though. And Spider-Man 5 is officially in the works at Marvel. Probably be a while before it comes out, obviously. Tom Holland has no plans to stop playing the role. Spider-Man will next appear in Avengers Secret Wars in 2027. But the MCU holds the 3 biggest opening weekends in cinema history. So we got soon Endgame, Brand New Day, and Infinity War. Okay. Storm will reportedly appear in Black Panther 3. Ryan Coogler is involved in casting the character. Marvel Studios will probably make less live-action TV shows going forward. Most series have been canceled or just not renewed. They will only focus on making animated series. Yeah, I still haven't seen X-Men 97. But yeah, it will be releasing in IMAX on August 7th. So that was like 3 days ago, which was 2 days after my birthday. But Avengers Doomsday will officially have a cliffhanger ending. Kevin Feige says fans will have a hard time waiting for Secret Wars. Damn, 3 days? Jeez. Sony has officially canceled all their upcoming Spider-Man spin-off movies. Sony CEO admits audiences were not happy with the films. Yeah, they just weren't very good. Tom Holland take a long acting break before Spider-Man 5. Daniel Cretton will return to direct Spider-Man 5. All right, this is interesting. Where does this page have, the rankings? Because I'm interested. Oh, God, this guy says the worst ranking ever. So let's see what it is. At 11, TASM 2, that's valid. I had that in last place. At 10, Far From Home, that's too low in my opinion. That's a lot of people over hating that movie for whatever reason. Spider-Man 3 should definitely be below Far From Home. But it's a fun movie, but it's not a great movie. TASM 1 should be lower. It's not that good. I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3 than TASM 1, honestly. Homecoming, No Way Home's too low. Brand New Day is too low. OG Spider-Man's too low. Okay. I mean, I technically can't say anything because I've never seen the Spider-Verse movies, but they are not better than any of the or I shouldn't say any of the live-action movies. But they're not better than Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2. Not better than No Way Home. Not better than Brand New Day. All right, so let's just chill out. Miles Morales will officially appear in the MCU after Secret Wars. So yeah, the main candidates for Miles Morales is Caleb McLaughlin, aka Lucas from Stranger Things, or Dallas Dupree Young, Kenny from Cobra Kai. So that's a pretty tough choice, in my opinion. Yeah, it's 66% for Caleb McLaughlin. I don't care about these betting things, but I just got to show it. 17% for Dallas Dupree Young. 14% for Miles Brown. I have no idea who that is. Ready Player 2 is officially in the works. That came out in 2018. I've never seen the first movie, but the Blue Beetle TV series have probably been canceled at DC. I didn't even know they were doing a TV series, but Mark Ruffalo will reportedly return as Hulk in Avengers Secret Wars. I like this right here. That looks pretty cool. Tom Holland's Spider-Man holds the record for most live-action villains. You got Vulture over here, Mysterio, Scorpion, the Hand, this guy. Oh boy, Violent Night 2. Oh god. I remember seeing the first one. That movie was absolutely ridiculous, but it was funny. David Harper, aka Jim Hopper, as Santa Claus. That's funny. And yeah, it's so obvious. Supergirl is now one of the biggest. Yeah, only 106 million. Well, you got. I think this is actually Shazam 2 right here, but that made 134 million. You got. I think this is Morbius, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but you have the freaking Marvels at 206 million. Oh, there's one more slide. Hold on. It is projected to lose over 200 million for DC Studios. That is bad. That is really bad. 6 villains who could appear in Spider-Man 5. So we got Kingpin. That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, the actor who plays Kingpin and Netflix Daredevil in like the first few seasons, phenomenal. Venom, which I want to see Venom done right. No, he's not an anti-hero. He's a villain. Okay. So I do want to see them explore the symbiote storyline properly. Black Cat, I've seen Peyton List fan cast that as her. I think that'd be perfect. Tombstone, Hobgoblin, and Chameleon. Warner Brothers CEO promises the next few DC projects will be very good. Yeah, we'll see about that. Marvel released new posters for their old Spider-Man movies. That's pretty cool. So let's check it out. So you got 2002. That looks pretty cool. You got Spider-Man 2, one of the best sequels ever made. MJ's insufferable in this movie, but that's really the only negative about it. Spider-Man 3, Black Suit looks pretty cool. TASM 1, TASM 2, ugh. Oh, that's it. Okay. Kit Connor has been officially cast as Cyclops in the MCU. No idea who this is, but I'm sure he'll do a good job. As long as the movie's good. So, X-Men movie will officially release in 2028. I just hope it's good. It will be the first film in the MCU's next saga. Yeah, you already have Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. The Matrix 5 is officially... sorry. Hate it when that happens. Yeah, I was saying I've never seen any of the Matrix movies. So yeah, 2028 got X-Men, Ghost Rider, and Black Panther 3. Hopefully they're all good. The full cast of Marvel's X-Men will be revealed on August 14th. So it's like 4 days. So that'll be interesting. Sadie Sink will officially return as Jean Grey in the X-Men movie. That makes sense. Spider-Man 5 likely won't happen for another 5 years. Just take your time with it. Make sure it's good. Full release schedule for Lanterns has been revealed. Yeah, this is going to be bad. Episode 1, which is in 6 days, then episode 2. So it's going to run all the way to October. So yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be good at all. Elizabeth Olsen will fully return as Scarlet Witch in Secret Wars. Which I heard she just had her first child, so congrats to her. Now the 4th highest grossing superhero movie of all time. Sacha Baron Cohen will reportedly return as Mephisto in Ghost Rider. He will star in the film alongside Ryan Gosling. Supergirl is now the lowest grossing DC movie in 20 years. It's at 126. Blue Beetle, I saw that in the theater. That was fun. Suicide Squad 2 wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed that movie. The film only made 126 million on a budget of 170 million. All right, let's see how the rights work. Sony owns the Spider-Man movie rights, but Marvel owns the character. Sony also owns the movie rights to Spider-Man villains. Sony has to release a new Spider-Man movie every 5 years to keep the rights. Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies need to feature a major MCU character. Sony cannot have another competing live-action Spider-Man actor. Charles Melton has turned down the role of Beast in the MCU. I have no idea who that even is. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the film news. So try to catch up on the chat. Animated Venom movie would be badass. Oh, is that it? Thought I had more. I just assumed I would have more chat to catch up on, but I guess not. All right, so it's pretty much no basketball news. So see if there's any NBA news. But footballs are right around the corner. Got preseason going on. I know most people don't care about preseason, which I understand. Oh, I went to the wrong page. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, Cowboys signing star defensive lineman Quentin Williams to a 3-year, $105.9 million extension, $101 million guaranteed. Secure the bag. Yeah, really good defender. So I think Cowboys defense going to be a lot better this season. My Pats traded Caden Wallace to the Dolphins. So we get a 6th-round pick out of it in 2028. But yeah, that 2024 draft class, with the exception of Drake May, looks like an absolute disaster. Chiefs rookie Emmett Johnson got absolutely demolished by Xavier, however you say that name, in practice. They even had Mahomes yelling from across the field, "What the F are we doing?" Yeah, a lot of drama going on at training camp and, practice. suffered a soft tissue injury just days after promising to play all 17 games this season. That's rough. Lions center Cade Mays suffered a wrist injury and will miss a significant amount of time. That's unfortunate. Patriots signed tight end Hunter Henry to a 2-year, $16 million contract extension. Not bad. Pretty solid player. Aaron Donald was back at the Rams facility Sunday night working out alongside Rams defensive lineman Braden Fisk and whoever that is. So they've been teasing his, return because they got Myles Garrett. So Carnell Tate has been electrifying throughout training camp, caught 3 touchdowns during practice today. Lions quarterback Teddy Bridgewater retirement from NFL after being placed on reserve retired list. Yeah, so he's retired twice now? Saints guard Dylan Radunz suffered a torn ACL and will miss the entire season. That sucks. The Bills' new stadium is trending after fans noticed multiple seats with obstructed views. The Buffalo Bills build a brand new billion-dollar stadium and have multiple sections with obstructed views, one fan said. Fans got their first look inside the stadium during Saturday's practice. Mostly loved the upgrades, but a few seats stood out with some terrible views on the field. Oh, yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Don't sit there. That's not good either. Oh, man, I would not want to sit there. I mean, this one's not bad. You can at least see the field. So this one's not that bad, but. God, everybody's getting injured. Holy crap. Commanders left tackle Laremy Tunsil suffered a torn triceps that will likely require surgery. Can this thing go away? Thank you. Will likely require surgery and will knock him out for a significant portion of the regular season. That sucks. Commanders can never catch a break. Jayden Daniels' offensive line is cooked, and it's not even week 1. Tunsil, torn triceps, center Nick Allegretti, strained calf, Tyler Bietz, released by Washington before free agency. So, yeah, that's rough. He's been silent on social media. Yeah, he needs to be. Zay Flowers suffered a quad injury. Oh boy, I've been hearing about this. Kenneth Walker has gotten into his second fight of training camp, bringing the intensity to practice. K9's latest scuffle came after he tackled Aloha Gilman following a back-and-forth shoving match. All right, let's see it. Oh my gosh. Oh, he just shoved him to the ground. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So Stephon Diggs wants to wear number 7. Broncos defensive lineman Matt Henningsen has suffered another torn Achilles exactly 1 year after tearing his other Achilles. That really sucks. Colts corner Cam Taylor Britt has been suspended 1 game for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. The suspension is tied to his guilty plea earlier this year in a reckless driving case that resulted in a 5-day jail sentence. I don't know why football players always get in trouble. Titans are signing Skoronski to a 4-year, $100 million contract extension. Holy overpay. Lions are signing Jahmyr Gibbs to a 3-year extension, $51.5 million fully guaranteed. I don't know why the jersey is pink instead of blue, but okay. So they have a couple extensions going on. It's a cool graphic. Now making the exact same $35 million yearly salary as Justin Jefferson. Falcons edge Jalen Walker suffered a torn ACL. That sucks. And Bijan got extended 3 years, $75 million extension. So that makes sense. But that'll probably be it for the sports news. But to round off, I'll do Spider-Man movie tier list if I can find one. All right, so we'll close it off with the tier list. All right, so you got peak, good, solid, mid, trash. So first Spider-Man, 2002, going in peak. But yeah, just a great origin story. Exactly what Spider-Man's supposed to be. Willem Dafoe, perfect as Green Goblin in this movie. So yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. Spider-Man 2, one of the greatest sequels ever made. Also going in peak. Truly captures the responsibility of being a hero. And Spider-Man 3 goes in mid. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not great either. It's at least it's fun. It's enjoyable. And you got TASM 1, just mid. TASM 2 is just utter trash. Homecoming, say Homecoming is good. Love Michael Keaton as Vulture. Thought he was a great villain. Yeah, obviously Tom Holland's first solo Spider-Man movie. Far From Home, way too much hate. I don't get it, but solid movie. Then we got No Way Home, going in peak, just amazing movie. People hate on it a lot, which I don't get why, but whatever. And then Brand New Day, also going in peak, so 4 movies right there. But that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.